You've probably heard it your whole life. Earwigs are dangerous. They crawl into ears while you sleep, burrow into your brain, lay eggs, and drive people insane. It's one of those things nobody questions, because nobody wants to think about it too hard. The name alone is enough. Earwig. It sounds like a warning. And if you've ever found one of those creatures in your garden, under a pot, or worse, inside your house, your first instinct was probably to kill it immediately. Step on it, spray it, get rid of it as fast as possible. But here's where it gets interesting. Almost everything you believe about earwigs is wrong. Not slightly wrong. Completely, fundamentally wrong. And the truth is so far from what most people assume that by the end of this video, you're going to look at them in a way you never expected. Let's start with the name, because that's where the whole lie begins. The word earwig comes from an Old English term, ear-wicca, which roughly translates to ear creature. And for centuries, people genuinely believed these insects would crawl into your ear at night, tunnel through your skull, and nest inside your brain. This wasn't a fringe belief. It was widespread enough that entire folk remedies existed to prevent it. People slept with their ears covered. They feared these creatures the way others feared snakes or spiders. So you'd think there must be some truth to it, right? Where there's smoke, there's fire. Except there isn't. Not here. There is no verified case in medical history of an earwig burrowing into a human brain. It has never happened. Not once. The fear was built on nothing more than coincidence. Occasionally, an earwig would wander into a sleeping person's ear by accident, the same way any small insect might. But that's not burrowing. That's not laying eggs. That's just wandering. And yet the story stuck for over 1,000 years. Now pause on that for a second. Because if one of the most basic things people believe about earwigs is a complete myth, what else did we get wrong? A lot. And this is where it gets genuinely strange. Most people assume earwigs are predators, destructive, invasive, the kind of pest you call an exterminator for. They see those pincers at the back of the body, called cerci, and assume they exist for one reason, to hurt things. Those pincers do almost nothing to humans. They can pinch slightly if you handle the insect roughly, but they cannot break skin on most people. They're not weapons designed for you. They're tools used for something far more unexpected. Earwigs use those cerci to hunt. Not humans, not plants. They hunt aphids, mites, insect larvae. The exact same pests that destroy home gardens every single season. While you've been trying to eliminate earwigs, earwigs have been quietly eliminating the things that were actually killing your plants. Let that settle in. You may have spent time, money, and energy trying to remove an insect that was doing free pest control in your garden. And this isn't a minor contribution. In certain conditions, earwigs are one of the most effective natural predators of soft-bodied garden pests. Farmers in some parts of the world actively encourage earwig populations for exactly this reason. But we're not done, because there's a layer to earwig behavior that almost nobody knows, and when you hear it, something shifts. Earwigs are one of the very few insects that display maternal care. In the animal kingdom, most insects lay eggs and disappear. Evolution doesn't reward staying, but the female earwig stays. She finds a small chamber in the soil, lays her eggs, and then she guards them. Continuously. She keeps them clean by removing fungal spores with her mouthparts. She turns the eggs regularly to ensure even development, and if the eggs are threatened, she defends them. If her eggs are removed, even artificially in a lab setting, she searches for them. She retrieves them. She brings them back. This is not behavior we associate with insects. This is closer to the behavior of birds, of mammals, of animals we consider intelligent and caring. The creature you were taught to step on without thinking raises its young, and it doesn't stop there. After the eggs hatch, the mother continues to care for the nymphs, the juvenile earwigs, through the early stages of their development. She feeds them, She protects them. Only when they're capable of surviving on their own does she leave. Scientists studying this behavior have found that eggs tended by a mother have dramatically higher survival rates than those abandoned. Her presence isn't instinct running on autopilot. It appears to be active, responsive care, adjusting to conditions, reacting to threats, prioritizing her offspring's survival. You've been carrying a mental image of a mindless, dirty, threatening pest, and the reality is a small insect that buries herself in the earth to raise a family. Now think about your own space, your garden, the mulch around your flower beds, the area beneath stepping stones or wooden planks in your yard. Earwigs live in those exact places. They've probably been there for years, and while they've been there, they've been doing something quietly useful, feeding on decaying plant material, which helps break it down and return nutrients to the soil, feeding on the insects that genuinely damage your plants, living and reproducing in a way that, left undisturbed, creates almost no problem for you at all. The cases where earwigs do eat plants tend to involve stressed populations. Too many earwigs, not enough prey. That's a balance issue, not a reason for eradication. In a healthy outdoor environment, they regulate themselves. So here's where you are now versus where you started. You came in believing earwigs were dangerous insects that crawl into human ears, threaten your garden, and exist somewhere on the list of things that need to be eliminated on sight. A name like a warning. Pincers like a threat. What's actually true, the name is a myth that survived 1,000 years without a single piece of evidence. The pincers are tools for hunting the pests that hurt your garden, and the earwig itself, the one you've been trained to fear, is quietly one of the more sophisticated parents in the insect world. Not a threat, a misunderstood neighbor that's been doing useful work in your yard while carrying an unfair reputation. If this completely flipped how you see something you thought you already understood, there's a lot more where that came from. Subscribing means the next one finds you.